that surprising. It is still PSG.LGD. I mean, yeah, they haven't played for a pretty long time. They've lost the open qualifiers, right, as well?
They lost 2 open qualifiers, actually.
That's all true, but man, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah, finally their changes in their roster kind of look healthy now. You know, some like their mid going to carry, they're bringing in a new mid. Like that, everything looked a little bit off. But now this roster, I can
it looks
appreciate.
healthy.
Yeah, it looks healthy.
It does. It does. Alrighty, we are straight away into the draft of game number 2. These guys wasting absolutely no time in getting into this one. And we've got LGD starting things off with the Chen. Meanwhile, IG, they are going to go for the Void Spirit for themselves, and they take the Winter Wyvern. Any bands coming out surprising? Not really. Nothing respect, man. But they are going to grab the Ember Spirit for themselves on LGD. This has been something which we've seen in an answer to the Void Spirit. Generally force them away from the mid lane sometimes. So.
Some things are switched up a little bit, and you can see that after Morphling loses, instantly Ancient Apparition isn't picked or banned. Yeah, it's a completely different drafting game now.
Yeah, I still feel that ban though was more like we're going to ban it and then you can pick it if you want.
Exactly. It was a bait for them to let the Morphling go through, and they did succeed at doing that, and they did win versus the Morphling. So probably right now IG will not pick it up again.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, it's this instant Ember pick, though, after the Void Spirit. It's like, we've seen the flexibility of this hero, and obviously the matchup between these two heroes in mid, it's very much like a skill-based matchup. Whoever gets the first edge. Of course, the runes now being at 4 minutes, so you're going to have less RNG, and it's purely skill and who's going to take that lead. And IG, they can still, again, flex it to another lane.
I think I should stop playing mid completely.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's done.
I've never touched it in my life. I refuse to. If I have to go mid, I pick like Viper or Zeus. You know, the classic on POS 5 go mid. You're like, what heroes can I play? Zeus,
Jakiro, Venomancer.
Shaman. I just ult and then like, hope I get a tower.
I said, I actually just noticed that LGD did ban out the Dazzle, which is interesting. I mean, you know, they won, but they still ban out JT's Dazzle, so clearly feeling like that could have been a factor. And they're like, hey,
it was a big factor. There was a reason why they were constantly forcing fights on that Dazzle, constantly jumping on him.
It was obnoxious,
And even when they get everything off on that Dazzle, he still kind of, you know, survives, graves off, heals. It's a difficult hero to deal with. And the new Necros are sick. And Necros on Dazzle are even sicker because you can just constantly spam them.
But the Tide, instant reaction though, like as Chen, you don't really do much to the Tide. Ember, if they're trying to flex him between side lane and mid, like if he is going to go side lane, again, doesn't do anything to Tide. So right now, just this hyper, like you can always see the mobility in this lineup. Chen TPing heroes around the map, Ember wanting to make moves. You pick a Tide, he defends your tower. You can't ever move into that tower because if you do, just Ravage, TPs come in. It's like super hard to play high tempo into this hero.
Even before Ravage, just the laning stage, Tidehunter is strong versus these two heroes. On the mid lane, you could even plant it versus the Ember Spirit if that's what they want to. Probably not, but it's a possibility. It's an option. If you're PSG.LGD, you can look to kind of counter it with some heroes. You can also think about... basically, you have 2 ways of countering Tidehunter. You're either thinking about counter initiation, or you're thinking about these heroes that are going to completely dominate him and stomp him in the laning stage.
Yeah.
The first option is probably better. Some saves or some heroes that will cut the fight in half after he ravages.
The thing is, though, the heroes that they're thinking about who counter Tide in lane, the Wyvern kind of pairs well, like to also counter that hero, right? So let's say you think of like Ursa, and then you have maybe Slark to some degree. Like these heroes, yeah, like the Wyvern and this Void Spirit are kind of covering this Tidehunter pick already, so it's not too much of a concern right now. I think the main choice that PSG have to get around is where are you putting this Ember? Because OD, for example, it looks like a boss tier OD game. You have this active Ember, your OD's your win condition.
It looks great. But your objective taking also might be lacking, but you do have Chen.
You have the Chen, and you still have an offlane and a 4. Like you see here, there's no Shaman ban. We're playing. It's a Chinese region. China loves
both
Shaman.
of these teams love Shadow Shaman,
exactly.
So it is an option.
They go for the Slark anyway, though, and LGD happy to play into the Wyvern.
I mean, you talked about Winter Wyvern being like good against Slark. Why is that though? You use Cold Embrace, you just get stacks.
I'm thinking more like within the fight, it's like really simple to like your ultimate's always gonna have high value. Like you got a lot of melee heroes here, like Ember, Slark when they jump hero, the ult, whoever you ult, as long as you don't ult Slark, that's gonna die. Like it's just a nice setup. If he wants to BKB TP, he's gonna have to ult as well. Like even though the Cold Embrace isn't good, overall in the lane, it's like the game is very good. And I like the idea of Wyvern as well. Just you always push out the lanes.
Yeah, it's good versus Chen as well.
Yeah,
You have
Slark-
Interblast.
Exactly, yeah.
All
So
right.
Wyvern, when I mentioned it, it's like it's countering the carry and the overall idea of what they want to do.
They get another hero now with a huge power spike once that Aghanim's is up. Obviously, a smaller power spike with that level 6 with status storm. You have
Is
an
Naga
ability.
banned?
Oh.
They need to ban Naga last, I feel. There is no way that you can give
Yeah.
IG,
You're not
Naga
giving it away.
Truck
That sounds
type-
like a terrible idea.
First and foremost, you're not giving it away versus Disruptor, right?
Yeah.
With the Disruptor, and also you have a Slark.
Yeah, Slark hates
you
playing
really
against-
don't want
yeah.
to play against the Naga. You do have Ember, which is kind of alright, but it's
Yeah,
not
and
great.
Timber actually. You do have 2 heroes
Yeah.
to deal with it, to clear out those illusions, but
Yeah.
it's too simple to play the Naga with a Disruptor, right? Just like one mistake, song, boom, suddenly they're going to do nothing.
Yeah. It's difficult to play against, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
Interesting to see
Timberstone-
what they last banned, though.
How do you feel about this lane? Timber, probably they want to put it against the Tidehunter, right? It should be alright for him. For the Timbersaw, that is. Let's see the bans. Tusk on the side of IG.
So they're identifying that they want to be aggressive, want to move around the map. But I still feel PSG, they're more in line with wanting to go for a building header. I still think this Shaman for them is going to be so crucial to convert this.
Shaman is actually pretty good with Chen as well. And I love these heroes. Your Shadow Shamans, Shadow Demons, Rubiks when you have a Chen. But also brawler types such as Tusk King, right? Like you can have that Tusk in front with the Chen. You can create a lot of moves. Earth Spirit as well that has been buffed up. We haven't seen him once so far, but
Okay.
No, we haven't, but they're going to go for the Wind Ranger instead. So what are their lanes looking like now? Is this a Wind 4? I can't see anybody else taking that position.
let me take this hammer. No.
You're trying to grab it.
It's blocking off your face. Very rude.
I don't. What do you guys think? Windrunner should be.
Yeah, I
work here?
think it's Wind 4.
Yeah.
It plays off the idea that they want to be aggressive. Sure, in laning phase, it's it's just an annoying right clicker. You might start with like a Blightstone or something, but in the game, I feel like you might feel lost if you get to that point where you're not able to run at them and you go against that one team fight. It's going to be hard. Like Ember wants to poke, Slark wants to poke. Windrunner, like
Also,
how
wants
do
to
they?
poke.
Yeah, like who's really like obviously Timber's committing to a fight, but who's like your hard team fight? Who's the one actually going right? We're taking the fight here, and you're not leaving because I'm our team
I
fight.
mean, when you look at the team fight of PSG.LGD and when
and
you
then
look at the team
Morphling.
fight of IG looks just so much
Yep.
better right now.
Yep.
Their draft looks more complete, well-rounded. This Morphling pick perhaps isn't like the best one ever since the E-Blade change. Basically, before the E-Blade change, when it comes to this Slark versus Morphling matchup, I actually liked Morphling a lot because he goes into the fight, deletes one of your supports, and by the time Slark gets any stacks off, he's useless because he's already lost 1 or 2 teammates.
Yeah.
Now with the E-Blades change, I don't think it's so easy for Morphling to eliminate one of those guys, right? It's not easy for him to break the fight in half. So perhaps Slark has a better matchup now.
But when you don't have any lockdown, that doesn't really matter because the Morphling's going to have a free time anyway. We saw in that last game, even though there's been nerfs, he's still having good presence. So in this game, when you rely on a root, a pounce, and a shackle as your lockdown, this Morphling's going to have a free time. And even if you do commit, sure, pre-15, 20 minutes, you're going to have a great time running around the map and you're maybe outplaying them. But then you're going to walk up to the wall of the high ground defense. You've got a Ravage to
Ravage,
deal with,
yeah.
the Wyvern pushing out lanes. So
Yeah, but I mean, you can kind of run that in the other direction, though. I mean, you've got an Ember Spirit and a Slug. Both of these guys need to be kept in check. And what are your spells to deal with that? I mean, you've got Wyvern ulti, Tide ulti, and Disruptor ulti, but these are all big cooldown spells. And I feel like if LGD can play it
Look
right,
at the ease of execution from both
Exactly,
sides.
yeah.
On one side, you have this Ember Spirit Timber Slark. It's not so easy to take these fights. On the other, you have Void Spirit, Morphling, Tidehunter, Disruptor. These ultis are super simple to execute. So
yeah.
the itemization from Void Spirit as well, he naturally counters Slark and Ember in the early portions of the game with maybe an early Ags like early Orchid. You don't really buy the right items to deal with that. Ember wants to go Phase, Drum, maybe Maelstrom. Slark wants to go Diffusal. If they have to go for an early BKB, it even plays into the idea that they're going for an earlier timing. So
Alrighty.
Void Spirit.
Let's find out what Trent and Lacoste think about these drafts. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello again.
Pleasure. Yeah, we're happy to be back. You guys just doing great there. What a stellar looking panel over
Stellar.
there. Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
lads.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah. So
I like what they said. They said very smart things, and Lacoste and I are going to try and emulate that and also sound really smart, right, Lacoste?
I'm just going to say I'm happy to see Tidehunter, but this green fellow, he's not going to have a game. He's playing against the Slark and Timbersaw. I was happy until they picked both of these heroes. I think Tidehunter will just get completely stomped.
We'll see.
He doesn't have a lane to go to.
Yeah, but he's an Orb of Venom, all right.
I've noticed that one.
But he just has to...
For a moment, I thought it's a position for Tidehunter when I saw Orb of Venom.
Well, thank you, Nomad. I think he's gone. All right.
Thank God. No, just kidding.
Thank God. Got rid of him. Phew. All right. Well, we're back. We're in control here. And our teams return for game number 2. And yeah, that was definitely the thing that stood out to me too, because this Tide got picked, and then the Timbersaw came out, and I was like, oh, that's not feeling too good. Because where do you go? It looks like that question is also being asked by PSG.LGD, because currently, Old 11 and Chalice are in the same lane. They are looking to make sure they get that good matchup.
They have a better team fight with Wyvern and Tidehunter, but the question is how they're going to execute it. These heroes are not that easy to kill. They need to heavily commit, whether it glimpse into Static Storm or with Wyvern on top of Static Storm to get the kills.
Yeah,
even this Timbersaw, he's going to be tough not to crack.
Yeah, Glimpse doesn't even look that reliable this game, right? With like some of the movement abilities they have and everything, you got to make sure you're on point with it there. But you are right. Like, there are definitely some big ultis. Like, if you get hit by a Ravage, you should get followed up by a Static Storm and by a big damage burst from Emo there on the Morphling. So I think the laning stage definitely sticks out as the major concern, rightfully so, for IG. And right now, it's not too bad. JT, he has that Orb of Venom. There's no Essence Shift yet on Chalice, so they're just looking to bully him as much as they can.
I would prefer if they swap the lanes, put Timber against Tidehunter and have a Slark on a top lane. Slark that early on isn't that good against the Tidehunter, obviously. Tide will get some farm, and they are harassing him a lot with this Gush plus Orb of Venom combo, but once they get to level 3, level 4, it's going to be tough for Tidehunter to play, getting those stacks on Slark, stealing the strength, lowering the HP as well.
Yeah, should be a pretty rough time. They do have the Chen, though, as well, so I don't know, maybe, like, it depends on the creeps you get a little bit, because, like, Wyvern's really nice when it comes to, like, a support that I want in my lane as an off-laner. I'm always pretty happy to have a Wyvern there. I always feel like they can, like, constantly harass and just keep spamming on my wave for me when I want them to, or pulling the wave, like, somewhere when I need them to as well, because of the Arctic Burn. A lot of good options as a hero, so maybe this won't end up being that terrible for JT in the end.
No.
We'll see. He's getting some early levels. Chen forced to pull the lane back, get some stacks going on for Slark so he can clear them after. Oh, what do they have? They have heal. Okay, that's a heal troll priest who has a heal.
All right, not looking too great. Now the Battle of the Sentries as well, as they're going to make sure that camp gets unblocked there. Well, at least he attempted to, and then, of course, Kaka goes back and blocks it. And they want that first blood on the X-Nova. Another Anchor Smash is there, but, oh, like 15 damage remaining. They will manage to grab it there from Kaka, though. So the first blood will not go to the Tidehunter. It'll go to the Wyvern instead, but they'll be plenty happy with that to get it on their side. As Chalice is trying to use these these essence shifts and this Hill Troll Priest, keeping them going.
Please don't slow me. There's no way. He lost a lot of CS because of that.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, things are starting to head the way of our friend here on the Ember Spirit, or we're not exactly sure who it is, so I'm just going to keep calling him Mew. It's someone with it looks like it might be a Smurf account, so maybe it is, but who knows? It's a fun little mystery in our exciting tournament here. And he's been very low on the Morphling, but such is the life of the Morphling player, doing some backpack work, shifting some stats, you know how it is. And in the top lane, no kills quite yet. 11 just kind of playing around with the creep waves here with his 2 points in the reactive armor.
I don't think Old 11 needs help here. They could rotate FY on the bot lane and probably should have done that from the start. either swap the lanes, have Timbersaw against the Tidehunter early on, or just leave. I mean, Timbersaw is one of the better self-sustainable offlaners. You can just leave him alone while Windranger could have helped on the bottom lane, harassing Tidehunter whenever it gets close. Like, he doesn't have that much armor. He has 1 armor.
I think Old Levin was like kind of backlaning a little bit behind the tower, and so FY was getting a little bit of creeps that way, and now he's pulling to the hard camp. I think when he's level 3, he should just go mid and try and power shot Morphling. Because like he's been playing so low, they could like power shot and slight and just kill him.
Like, Slark is your win condition here. He will be the strongest hero in the game. You just need to give him some free time. Timbersaw, once he gets to level 3, 2 points in reactive armor, it should do the trick. And if you leave him alone, he will get faster to level 5, which means that he is unkillable. I want to see FY rotating. He will pick up the Bounty Rune, and let's see if he can snipe that Morphling. That's a good call from you.
Well, we'll see. And speaking of backlaning, as Kyle loves to say, Mew has been way back here this whole time now in the Ember. Ever since he got like level 4 and heading into 5, he just started playing back here. Of course, early levels of Disruptor, Glimpse is worthless. Doesn't even have it at this point because it doesn't really do anything until it's in its like 3rd skill point. And Emo knows that the Windranger's missing top and is keeping his HP a lot higher now. And now they have an Observer Ward too, so they see FY walking through the river. And
shield on shield action.
Oh yeah, we're getting some bubbles going through. Nicely done. As they will pick up. Oh, the neutral got the bailout kill there. Ollie not able to get the kill onto the Ember Spirit. Very
That'd be a lot of gold for him.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold for that Wild Wing Ripper. That thing should drop like 400 gold for a,
if you kill him. Like, wow, I just got
my Ember's kill bounty. That's what we need. More fun interactions in Dota. Nice confusing things.
No, we tried that with Brewmaster and fire damage.
That was a change. Like, I never assume Ice Frog's gonna change something, but when that happened, I was like, there's no way that's gonna stay. I like the effort though. They will get a pounce now. They're looking for the revenge on a JT. A Glimpse back. Oh no, it's a TP Glimpse. They tried to bring him back with a gen, but they sent him right back to the fountain. They still get the kill on the Tidehunter, thanks to the Ember coming through, but Slark, I'm sure, a little bit annoyed at the fact that he doesn't get to join in on it. But, you know, if you don't glimpse the Slark, then the Ember would have just gotten glimpsed, so that's kind of why you had to bring 2 heroes. And it's not the worst thing to have your Ember Spirit, the one who's going to start snowballing and creating enough space for this Slark to just hit some creeps.
LGD lineup can be at pretty much every side of the map when they need to. You have the small Ember Spirit, you have Chen, and Old 11 zoning out Void Spirit on the top lane, who's only level 4.
Oh, Emo pushing it to the limit here, FY rather. Waiting for that shackle. Didn't the power shot yet. He's going to go for it. Did he? No way he actually fell for this. Nah, he did the math. He knew. He's like, yeah, I'm going to shackle. That's cool. I got this covered. Man, Emo, I'm impressed right now. Don't lose it. Oh, he lost it. There goes the impress. And now it's going to turn into a double. Well, he did the math on 2.
But it was incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah. He forgot to add in the Ember.
Also top lane, Chakram. Yeah, oh my. Also,
oh no, that's 90 gold, baby.
Plus Walk of Shame.
All right, 90 gold now. So that is a lot. Look, that was a 267 kill bounty. How much gold did he lose? He lost 57 gold for dying plus 90, plus the Walk of Shame of not hitting creeps.
Oof, that's like 500 gold. Double damage.
Shackle.
What a shackle.
Level
this is what
1.
We called a couple of years ago shackle.
Legendary. And I don't think Ember's too worried about this current situation.
The problem is they don't have the hero who can rotate. How do you start a fight? They need their levels. They need Tidehunter to have ulti. You need a couple of points in Glimpse. Disruptor's only level 1 with no boots.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, that's supposed to be Void Spirit's job in a game like this, right? Like, he's supposed to be the guy who's setting everything up, but he has had an awful time. He died, he TP'd, he just got back to the wave after getting stunned by a Chen in the jungle. He is the lowest of the cores in the game. Not having a fun time. Even Ollie just trying to hide behind him. But that's a level 8 Timbersaw. You guys are not turning anything on this guy. They would need so many TPs. I legitimately don't think they could bring 5 heroes and kill him. I'm pretty sure he could just walk away.
Yeah, these 5 heroes right now who are under level, yeah, like
He's
once he
tagging
gets
the tower.
that good, there's no way he's dying.
That was a nice use of the glyph, though. Get the multi-shot going to take down the catapult. Oh, speaking of the multi-shot, it's the Mud Golems coming through. Gonna try and dodge here. Oh, the last second dissimulate changeover there. Nicely played. We'll protect him from the Ember Spirit.
Well, they brought 5 heroes, but nothing happened at the neutral.
Oh my god! Another neutral! He had a ward, so he saw him farming and probably just power shot him, right? And then the last hit killed him. Classic. Wow. Neutrals are absolutely destroying this game. They actually have more kills than IG.
7, 1, and 2 at the most.
That's very impressive. Well, the 3-team Dota is coming to you soon, I'm sure. For now, we only have 2, and one of them is doing a lot better than the other. Okay, there's the taunt, though. Maybe that'll help Flyfly get away. Oh, he's dancing back in. He's like, I need some creeps. He's trying to farm. He gets the courier, and now he's at, all right, Flyfly. Looking pretty fly. Okay, don't get cocky now.
Dad.
Yeah, that one was a little risky.
Calm down.
You already got the other win there, dude. I'm not even watching the rest of the map. I don't know. Ember's saying okay. Disruptor's dying. Old Levin's under the tier 3. He's just walking at him.
Yeah, knowing FY, I know he's a greedy player. I want to see him buy his Javelin, even though the item got nerfed, so it's not going to be that effective on Windranger. But if you buy it, you are becoming a 4th core on this team, and but also Spirit Vessel, great value against the Wyvern, against Morphling.
It's a nice item for the hero too. Just gives you a couple of the things that you want, you know. A little bit faster, some better mana.
What do you think about the change on Cold Embrace? Now it's considered a heal instead of regen.
Oh yeah, so like for I'm not sure on the math on that. I guess it just has certain matchup differences, right? Like depending on what heroes you're playing against and depending on what items you have. Oh, speaking of which, items there for Flyfly. Not a whole lot. He's still just as phased. Oh, he's gonna get out though. I gotta say, Flyfly is looking pretty good on this like really poor Void Spirit. Again, he goes back in. He might get out again. Did he bait him Mew? He did.
They will still probably... I mean, they're not going to lose the tower. There's no siege creep, and they're bringing the numbers. That's the problem that we talked about. How do you start a fight? Glimpse, level 1, still Disruptor, only level 4. Just bought a book for himself, which will get him almost to level 6.
They are missing one thing on this LGD lineup, though, and that is the tower hitters. Like, Old 11, like, considering the lead they have, it takes so long for Timbersaw to do this. I'm glad that he's just staying. I think it's worth it at this point to just eliminate this last tower and then start rotating through. But, you know, you're the most powerful hero on your team, so it would be nice to try and get him, like, pushed into some of the more important areas of the map now. I don't really like him staying up here after this next creep wave.
Well, if he pushes the tier 3 tower...
It's going to take so long, though.
They don't have anything to address 11.
All right, what a timber chain that was.
I amplify my impact.
Should be happy that didn't hit. Maybe that's a bait play. All right, well, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, X-Nova being hunted down here from Emo, looking for their second kill of the game, and they're going to use the Ravage to secure it. He could have got away. He probably should have Ravaged. That was a bit of a risky play from JT. Will pay off. Meanwhile, FY does have the Javelin, and he just continues to push in its middle wave and just walk away from the side of IG.
If they want to kill Windranger, they also need to commit with either a Glimpse or connect with Ether Remnant. When I say commit with a Glimpse, this is one of their best spells right now. And it's a high cooldown, long, what, 46 seconds, level 2.
Yeah, he went for the second point in the Thunderstrike for the laning stage, which everyone like wants to these days, but sometimes you get like such a bad game that you got to start maxing that Glimpse even faster. Flyfly using his mobility here to escape once more. That's a Chrysalis on that Ember. Oof. And a shovel. I mean, the value item now.
One of the best items you can get, TP, 90 gold. Well, he got kaballed out of it.
You can like hoard them and then sell them in times of panic, you know? Now this TP scroll's been jacked up. Checking for some wards here. Make sure that LGD are not getting too much vision here, because they got the dives. They got the Ember, they got the Slark, even the Wind Ranger. If they can see where you are, you're probably going to die. And, well, JT doing a dance here, shaking his little fish booty. And, yeah, he's going to go down. JT going to fall to the power shot. And that's going down to 11. Okay, here we go. He's muted. They're looking for the damage. Not actually muted, but we'll just leave it there. Remnanting right through, and they're going to bring down that Morphling. IG, you got the Timber, but it's going to cost you everything. And Slark once again just shows up to kind of hang out. Chalice.
This fight was even without Slark. Chalice or Shadowblade. I'm not sure who he wants to kill. With the Shadowblade, yes, you can upgrade it to Silver Edge at one point, break Tide Hunter. But I don't think you can get a kill. Like, if you jump on Disruptor, you will get Glimpse back.
Well, they're so bad at killing towers that maybe the Shadowblade is there because they'll still have tier 2 towers for a little bit, you know?
That's so first item on Slark.
That's what we really needed. Wow, this game, getting a little out of hand here for IG. I mean, we knew the lanes would be an issue. The lanes were indeed an issue. And even just the play straight after, like, when your lanes are going to be this bad, but you have these big team fights, you got to find that big team fight. And obviously, IG have not been able to make that connection here. The Void Spirit, he was the guy who was supposed to set these things up, but he became the poorest core on his team. Not there to create good opportunities for JT on the Tide Hunter. And now all they can do is just try and, like, catch waves and see if they can get their net worth anywhere close to the side of LGD. But, oh, man, the turning shackle here from FY. He says, I know I'll just get glimpsed. I'm not going to get out of here. Oh, the mech? Yo, he manages to get the kill in the middle of 3 heroes. And now they have a chase down here. That's Shadowblade. He's coming in. He's going to find JT and make sure he doesn't get over for a decent Ravage or anything. And he's going to pump it. He's going to go for it.
Nice.
And that's a feels bad Ravage for the most part. That Aether Remnant not really going to help out too much. Timbersaw now chasing down. Chalice running away from Fly. I'm not sure if he really has to be honest. X-Nova gonna fall. All right, Fly trying to make some plays here in the midst of it. They will, however, bring down JT, and they're gonna find themselves the Vampire Fangs. 11 gonna pop those right onto that Timbersaw. Very nice for him. And away they go.
They can't take a fight. I mean, this was a zoning Ravage place so you can run away. Right now, they don't have enough to take a fight. This Morphling is still very poor. He needs that shotgun. Once he gets that, after 2,000 gold, they're going to have some kind of burst damage, but it's going to be efficient against the Ember Spirit if he has Flame Guard on or Timbersaw. This this Timbersaw is causing a lot of issues, and they don't have a hero to address him with, you know?
No, and as you said, even if they had the E-Blade, like, Timber, like, who's their lowest hero? Like, they have Hand of God, you know? It's going to be so hard to kill any of these guys with a surprise E-Blade. Like, there's just not enough chain stun or area control here unless this Tide gets absolutely huge, and clearly that's going to be very difficult. But the hunt begins for Fly here. Ooh, not going to find the shackle. Can they get the damage in the leash, though? A couple more procs? Though they will find it.
This Wind Ranger is about to have full MKB on position 4. 17 minutes in.
Yeah, that's pretty good. FY's been out of his mind today. He's playing extremely well.
I missed FY.
Let's be real. Yeah, I miss Dota, you know? I really needed that major, dude. But such is the life. That's why we're here, so we can all watch some Dota. Shadowblade now in action on to Ollie. Oh, from downtown, FY for 3. And they're going to start making their way out of here, but in the back line, it's an Ember Spirit. Oh, Winter's Curse will slow them down a little bit. And they got the damage. That's how you kill him. You use his own teammates. 11 dies. They're going to find the Ember Spirit too. Emo, that is the guy who you need to find that 9x kill streak, baby. How much gold did he just get?
900 gold.
On the fight recap, plus 1,268. And now he finds a triple kill. Uh-oh, okay. All right, I see you, Emo. Finding another streak, I think. Maybe, oh no, because FY died on that last one, so he'd already lost his streak. But damn.
A very nice Winter's Curse from Wyvern, and this is how they need to play. Ravage was not. Once again, they need to use the curse. Whoever is close to Slark, it's kind of guaranteed kill.
Yeah, I didn't know if it would be enough even for the Timber, but found their way through nonetheless. Very good stuff there from our boy Kaka, trying to save this game for the team, and he's going for the Orchid. He's been making his way towards it, but a big fight like that is going to make it an actual reality here.
He had Philosopher's Stone. Who has it at the moment? What? Wait, no
Must
one
be a
has
Disruptor. Yeah, Disruptor.
Nope.
Got it.
Okay, Disruptor just got it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. I kind of feel like you might want to just finish out the Orchid first, though. You would think. But Disruptor, of course, very good with items. And the best time to get Philosopher's Stone was 10 minutes ago. The second best time is now. But anyway, FY going to be found with the 8th Remnant. And fall again to Emo. Speaking of streaks, starting to build one of his own guys. Target on his head here.
Oh, this E-Blade turning things around. Like, this is the target to go for. Wind Ranger dishes serious amount of damage for a period of time with the Focus Fire and that freshly bought MKB, so they're gonna focus her down every single time. Does not have a defensive item. They could also use a Glimmer Cape.
Can LGD force a bad fight, like a bad Ravage here is the question. Because if Ravage gets wasted, then they should be able to get this Roche back. All the stacks, and they're just gonna dump everything on 11. Oh no, buddy! There he is! He's back, ladies and gentlemen! It's 11 in the flesh! Alright, he did burn the Static Storm. He didn't waste the Ravage, though. And he buys back, and, well, that is his MO. He knows when the buyback is worth it, and he is determined that, hey guys, I wasted Static Storm. Now they don't get Roche. Now we can stem the bleeding. I'm a genius. Don't question me.
Yeah. This is what we love about this player. He might... Like, he's doing 2K MMR stuff, but if you see the big picture, it's the same thing that he did in the previous game when he was playing that Mars.
Yeah, he's got 3 2K brains.
Well, I'm not sure about this one, though.
The multi-core. No, he's good, he's good. This is completely fine. See, he knows.
Slark's not even with them. He was just farming his BKB.
Alright, you guys can go hang out somewhere else. FY can just solo Roche at this point with the help of that Alpha Wolf. Pew pew! Easy take care. Losing a Roche while you have Ravage does not feel great. They're going to hand the Aegis over to Mew as he's going to be the one in the back lines. Now, he is the one with the 10-second BKB, but I guess Slark just got one as well, so they're feeling extremely strong in the moment. And I don't blame them.
2 10-second BKBs on top of Aegis. Like, they want to take a fight right now. They know they need to go in and out. Like, they should not.
He's at it again. That's what old Levin's best at, you know? Trying to force a bad commitment from his opponents. You know, if you never...
I thought you were going to say bad commitment from me.
No. See, if you never feed, the enemy always knows you're baiting. But if sometimes you just feed, they don't actually know when you're baiting or when you're just feeding.
Makes a lot of sense, Trent.
Yeah. You know, I mean, don't thank me. Don't congratulate my knowledge. This is all just the wisdom of old Levin. He just, you know, he speaks through me. Oh, you know what? Nothing makes you more tempting to kill than a Bloodstone.
Like, he has bullseye on his forehead right now.
Yeah, everyone
Please
sees that thing.
Kill me. Let's lower the Bloodstone charges. Then he pops it, gets the extra regen, survives, and you're like, damn it.
So they're gonna Ravage and Static Storm him, and he's gonna live with the Hand of God and the Bloodstone and the mech, and then they're gonna win the game. That's my my bold prediction, which isn't really that bold because it's pretty basic. Chalice on the hunt here, trying to find where Fly is hiding. Not behind my tower. Oh. YOLO pounce. I want to see that Agnums again, man. That was a fun phase where every game was the Slark's Ags. I liked casting those games.
Because they miss those a lot. I mean, you don't even have to have...
Everyone's just chucking it all over the place, dude. It was great.
They're very limited on the tower damage, so I don't think they can go for high ground. They still take a fight or just take the the last tier 2 tower standing on the bottom lane. FY just farming, and I bet that's gonna be his BKB. Already bought a Mithril Hammer.
Yeah,
he's gonna be like the big core.
Yeah, I think you can tell that LGD have recognized that. Like, a lot of these times we're saying, like, Chalice isn't even there. He's just farming because, like, he knows. Like,
he might be in Shadowblade. You never know.
That's true. Another benefit of the item. But the last tower on the outside of their base going to eventually die here, with the creeps doing much of the grunt work. And now IG are put into full-on turtle mode. And Xnova, of course, one of the best when it comes to laying down these aggressive wards to try and suppress you back into your base. And already pretty much perfect vision coming out from PSG.LGD. They got the Yules up. They're going to tether. Oh, not going to be able to find it, though. Slippery little Ember.
They need to commit, like we did with Static Storm, Ravage, which they don't want to since he has Aegis at the moment. And it's still up and running for 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, and they just Static Stormed it. Not great. Don't do it. Don't do it, JT. Oh, nice. He held the Ravage. They have the Curse and the Orchid. Oh, what do you do, guys?
Ravage.
Are we doing it? Ah! Pops the Ravage. They're going to get a hand of God off, but he is going to fall for short. And now the chase down? Is there any catch left? I mean, you have this Void Spirit, but he's just not feeling it. Only has one Astral Step. Doesn't want to overextend with his team. Just going to be happy with their kill.
When I said that they need to commit, I don't think they're going to use every single ulti just to get him. I mean, it still works for them considering in the situation they are in right now. So this is going to buy time for Morphling to get an extra item. He finished his Manta style at the moment. What is the height sitting at? Medallion, Vlad's building into pipe.
Just getting those utility. Like, in a lot of games, that's not a great play as the defending team because then he just buybacks or they just wait for his respawn and they just walk high ground. But as we've identified, their high ground push is just so bad that I think they're fine. And this is what you need, though. These big catch-outs, like right now on the Emo. Gets the break, gets the pounce, but no teammates around. Not going to be anything to follow on. But that's definitely the idea they're looking for. Maybe a blink on FY at some point would be nice.
FY just finished his BKB.
Mm-hmm.
They want to use this info that they used 3 big ultis, but 2 are off cooldown at the moment.
They have a follow-up Shackle here if they need it, but doesn't even look now. Oh, yeah, no, he mistimed it with the Kraken. It just hit before the Kraken proc. You can see what he was trying to do, but that gets JT back. He still comes back in, even though he doesn't have the Ravage. They've already cleaned up the Slark. The defense is being mounted here from the side of IG, and they all make their way back safely to the high ground. Oh, Kraken's shell is just so annoying. FY thought he had the solution by trying to time it right after, but just barely missed the damage. And the burst of the Morphling by turning himself into the Ember is able to do a lot of damage onto that Slark.
Having this BKB piercing ability on Wyvern, also the Orchid, he is attacking from far away and can set things up easily. Like, he's either forcing you to use a BKB right away, then they're gonna fight after you and you need to disengage, or they're gonna get a kill on you.
Oh, they're looking for a Shackle here. Oh yeah, he gets it. It was targeting onto him, but nothing to latch to. Probably because of the angle that it was going from the initial launch, I assume. And those trees were cut. I think that's what just happened. There's some funky stuff happening with that one.
I did not see. I was watching how long is the silence on this
do we even answer
Scepter Resonant Pulse. I think it's around 3 seconds. That's like what my inner clock tells me.
I like it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I heard one of our panelists saying that he thinks, I think it was Lizard, saying he thinks they should be getting it earlier on the hero. Well, here it is. Nice and early, right after the Yules. And already starting to help out here. Perhaps catching some of these heroes on LGD off guard in these team fights. But they continue to grow their lead because they have an entire map to work with. And IG have to just pick up the scraps of one kill or another here. And they're back out again, though. They have the Yules, they have the setup. There's no defensive items here for this Timber. It's just HP, but he's got a lot of it. Maybe able to find it. No, not quite. FY, he gets in there real deep with the BKB. They're going to pop the Winner's Curse, but remember, it doesn't go to the BKB.
Oh, FY.
Like that anymore. And yeah, FY is just running them down. Able to get JT. He says, look, you're not going to ravage if I'm BKB, so I'm just going to walk you back to your base like a little dog. And now they're turning on to Ebo.
Oh, the Shackle connects.
This guy's good. Oh, another one here. Shackle's going to be back relatively soon as well. Not able to find it, though. Oh, maybe? Maybe I spoke too soon. Speaking of Shackles, it's the Bolas, the power shot into it, and, well, that's kind of a similar situation. It looks like maybe they can find something. Of course, I said that it would be on the Timbersaw. They'd actually cast the spells, but they didn't get the spells off, so that was slightly different.
Morphin tried to go for a play where he morphs into Timbersaw to have pure damage against the Timber, which is super effective, but the FY with the play, man, he's so fun. Pops a BKB, runs past the target that was Winter's Curse, and just focuses Tidehunter down. He can't do anything. You can't ravage.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he was completely invincible, right? They had nothing left through the BKB, and he's Windrun, so just gonna freely take down your Timber, and that's with a Solar Crest too, or rather your Tidehunter, but they take one lane of racks, they're working on the other. It may be a slow siege, but they got a lot of time with all of those kills. And Old 11, well, I think he feels okay with this game. JT is going to hang out on the Ancient with his spider legs. The only place where he might find some safety.
Oh, Glimpse has a full Hex on Timbersaw, so I don't think he's dying here with the 3000 HP. He got the 20 strength.
He's got a 50 armor with the reactive armor and the craggy coat. It's pretty good.
At one point, you have to stop like getting armor. What is it? Physical resistance 71%.
I'll take that.
Oh, well, you can never stop getting stash resistance and base damage as a Morphling, though. That's pretty nice. Titan Sliver. They found one a long time ago. I think it was the first item LGD found. But now it just comes out from the Morphling. So he can match up with Chalice in the good neutral item department. And they're going to smoke up. They know this game is just getting harder and harder. Got to find themselves a huge play. They go onto the Timber. They're going to set up again with the Astral Step. Oh, it hits a creep, though. And the silence comes a little bit too late. Timber's going to get out. And now the run back. They're re-goosing, forcing out the Winter's Curse. Double Shackle there as well. Timber still in there with the damage. They get the Tide and the Morphling. And this Ember is just going hog wild. Yeah, I don't think he can do it. It might be your last chance at one, though, because you're not going to have the buyback. The Bolo's going to be taken off there from Emo with the Manta. Fly going to be able to find his way out, but now they've pushed them far and away from the barracks. There's creeps in the top if they want to go for it.
IG is in a really tough spot where you need to address this problem called Timbersaw, so they try to kill him, which they failed to do so. Spellcasting was not on point, even if it was. I don't think he dies there, but you got to try and do something.
Oh, Fly. Nearly fall. Oh, he's dead. He knew what the play was there. And IG gonna get 2 0'd here as they call the GG. LGD, man, winning when it well, doesn't quite count as much, but they're here for your enjoyment. Yeah, WePlay saves the world, and LGD they're saving their team's reputation after some rough DPC tournaments. They're here trying to show they're still a top